Hey guys, Sean here. Gonna do a little hone-in video tonight. I've got my Puma 89 here that I've got a piece of Kapton tape on it to protect the spine. I'm gonna be thinning the bevel out on this straight razor tonight. At least that is my main objective. And I understand honing with tape is going to throw off the geometry of the razor overall, but you know what, I don't care. That's just what I'm going to do. The reason I chose this Kapton tape, it is the thinnest tape that I have. It comes in at a thickness of 0.07 millimeters. The normal tape that I would use, I guess, when honing a razor is the Scotch vinyl electrical tape that comes in at 0.17 millimeters in thickness. So I figured the Kapton tape is going to be a better choice, since my overall objective is to hollow the bevel out and try to keep the spine thickness as thin as possible. So with that being said, the stones that I'm going to be using tonight, the first stone is this Grise Coticule number 10. It is shaped to a 6-foot wheel on this axis right here, and a 25-foot wheel along this axis. The stone that I will be finishing with is my hybrid Grise Coticule here. It is flat. I'm going to be using this side and not the hybrid side to finish on. Alright, let's get this party started. So I'm going to be raising a slurry with this stone right here. It has been shaped to the inverse of it is concaved versus convexed, like the stone is. And I will try to do a better job talking on this honing video. I didn't do the greatest job in I guess speaking on my last video, so I'm going to try to do a better job in speaking instead of getting lost in the honing process, as I normally do when I'm honing a razor. So I'm using a fair, I don't know, medium pressure right now. Being careful that I don't bring the blade too far over and hit the shoulder against the stone. But I'm also slightly rocking the blade to catch the heel down here along this point. And I will say the reason I am honing this blade tonight on a Coticule was inspired by Eric, the Cajun Blade. Thanks for the inspiration, Eric. Appreciate it. That is a dilute the slurry a little bit. Still keeping about medium pressure. I'm slightly torquing the blade as I go back and forth on the stone. And I cannot say enough good things about this stone. I want to say, I think this is my 10th straight razor that I own that I have used on this stone, and it is just killer. Shout out to Jared over at thesuperiorshave.com. That is the fine gentleman I got this stone from. Great guy. Highly suggest go check out his store. Got a good undercut. Still keeping the pressure up about medium pressure, so yeah, I can visibly see the bevel starting to widen, which is what we want. This razor already shaved like an absolute dream with the J-net edge that it had on it. But I was thinking, I wonder how this blade would perform with a thinned, ever so slightly more hollowed out bevel. Which none of my straight razors that I've done this to have shaved any worse. I would say they've only shaved equally as good and or better. So again, shout out to Jared at the Superior Shave for allowing, well, not allowing, but bringing to light the old ways of honing off of a wheel shaped surface. Highly suggest, if anyone has not shaved with a straight razor with a hollowed out bevel that was done on a wheel shaped stone, highly recommend it. You will not be disappointed. So I'm lightening up on the pressure ever so slightly. Dilute this a little bit more. Still keeping the pressure up. It's reduced pressure from before. Oh yeah. I bet with this tape on, I could keep at this and just go straight to the flat stone, but here in a minute I'm going to flip it in the opposite axis and go off of the .25-foot. Okay. That being said, we are going to flip this guy around and this right over here out of the way. We're going to flip this guy this way. So I'm using pieces of lint or something. I don't know what that was. Still using light pressure. Just looking at the undercut as I go. I'm starting to slowly reduce pressure. Alright. Gonna dilute this some more. I have a feeling this razor is going to shave really, really nicely. Which, after I'm done with this, I will be shaving with it, so stay tuned for the shaving video. So I don't know if you guys can notice, but as I go for the heel going forward, I'm ever so slightly rocking the toe and bringing, I guess, the spine of the heel slightly up so it makes contact. And then in the opposite way, the toe is making contact, and then I'm coming back forward to the heel on the backstroke. And I'm just looking at the undercut here. I hope everybody is having a good Friday night. Whatever you guys are doing. Tonight I'm spending my evening doing some honing and some shaving. So I've really started to lighten up on the pressure. I'm barely using any pressure at all at this point. I'm just looking at the stone and the undercut and seeing what we're doing. This Kapton tape seems to be holding up quite fine on the surface of this stone. I don't really have much experience with this tape. I just looked in my little tape collection that I have, and this just so happened to be the thinnest of them all, so it is the choice of tape that I went with. Oh yeah, she's looking good. Looking good. Alright, so right now I'm pretty much just using the weight of the blade. Actually, I am just using the weight of the blade. Freaking lint. Goodness. Alright, so I think I'm going to switch to my Los Latinos flat caudicle now. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Go ahead and clean the blade off here. I'm doing this honing video here in my bedroom on my desk, so I'm not in the kitchen, so I'm not gonna go under running water, but I've got my trusty little sprayer here, and we're gonna be happy with that. Freaking lint. Ah. Alright, so this stone is flat, and I'm going to start with medium pressure here. I really love this stone. It feels amazing. So I'm just using very light pressure here, doing my favorite little X strokes. little slurry stone out of the way. Oh my goodness. Alright, so I'm going to rinse the stone off. Some water on there. So I'm not using any pressure at all now. I'm literally just using the weight of the blade and using my left hand to just guide the blade across the stone. I'm not very good at honing with one hand. It's funny, I can shave perfectly fine with just my right hand, but trying to keep the blade flat and not do something stupid with just one hand, I've found that it is easier for me and I get better results if I use both my hands. And I have a feeling once I get proficient using my left hand shaving, I will have a better shaving experience. I'm already having a great experience right now, but there's always things that we can improve on and do better. Rinsing the stone off. Oh my goodness. Attack of the freaking black lint. Alright. So the next thing that I will be doing, or I should say the finishing step, so I'm going to take a page out of the Cajun Blade, Eric's book, and I'm going to finish on oil. So now I'm kind of switching to a swooping X pattern. And this is kind of a deburring motion. Man, that is a pretty stone. It's just got white and blue stripes through it. It's just, getting lost in the stone, the beautiful stone. Alright, rinse the razor off again. Rinse off the stone. Okay. So now, I'm going to rinse the blade off here in a second, but I want to go ahead and I'm going to switch to oil. Just feeling to make sure there's no trying to get all the lint and make sure there's not any particles from the paper towel. On the stone here. All right. Let's rinse the blade. Okay. All right. So now I'm gonna grab my ballistol, get this on here. And we're back. I'm not using any pressure here outside of the weight of the blade. Just continuing with the X strokes. Just watching the undercut of the oil. As it rides the blade up the blade. And tonight, I believe I'm going to strop this on my Type 3 fire hose strop that I got from Keith Johnson. And I think I will finish on my Shell Cordovan strop that I made. Speaking of strops, I'm really pissed at myself. I noticed it yesterday, but apparently I put 2 nicks in my new, or fairly new, Duke City Kangaroo hide strop. Which makes me really sad. But that is one of the reasons why I'm not using my my super nice expensive strops that I purchased years ago, that I've been sitting waiting for the time that I am worthy. And I am not worthy. Not yet. Alright. Well, I think I'm going to call that good. I think. Alright, I am going to go strop this razor, and I will see you folks here in a second. Alright guys, I'm back. Just finished stropping. It is passing my arm hair tree topping test that I test against to see if I believe a razor is going to be ready for my face. But only the shave will actually tell. So stay tuned, guys. Shave coming up next.